Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'm dancing my head back and forth, side to side. But no, seriously.
This is incredible. I'm getting it.
You getting what?
A stock.
What stock?
Alright guys, let's talk about Rgti stock Rgti. Sitting at 864, going on lower. Again, I would wait for $6 and under. Don't be so hasty to buy up here at 8 to 10. I think one guy in my Discord bought it $10, literally at the top, and I'm like, why would you do that? It didn't even come back up for him. Literally, it didn't. This is why you always want to buy at support, which should be very obvious here. You go to your drawing tools, here where it says trend line, click on that little arrow and down arrow, and let's see, where's horizontal line segment? No, horizontal line, slap on a yellow line. I'm going to change it to yellow, and just a regular yellow line. And there you go. There is your support. In fact, for all intents and purposes, we're just going sideways. But the problem is we're going lower and lower. Like the resistance is going lower, lower, and lower. So I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remove this as well. Wait, no, that's the 200. So wait for 6. In my opinion, wait for 6. What else? Is that it? $6? It would also be the first time it goes under the 200 weighted moving average. It went under it here and pumped, but it would be the first time it goes under it and holds below it. We'll see what happens. Also, the cross under the MACD. Last time that happened, we dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It took 7 candles after the cross under on the MACD for it to finally start bouncing. So if we get a cross under here, we would probably we would fall for like 4 days, or it would take 7 days, about 7 days for it to bottom back out at around 6. People love it at 6, so keep an eye on that level. This is the line in the sand, and this is where I would look to buy, because some people have been asking me, where is it a buy? And I'm like, at 6? I don't know why you would buy at 8 or 7. This one's volatile. The more volatile, the more you want to buy it as close to support as possible. You would hate to buy at 8 and then just hold it all the way down to 4. That's because if it does not hold 6, it'll go to 4. I promise you. Remember when I said, hey, watch out, if 10 breaks down, it can go to 5. Well, it went to 6, so it can drop 40% real quick. Do not underestimate these quantum stocks. You know, MSTR is super volatile, man. Look at this. In one day, it dropped from 277 to 236. The next day, it jumped from 241 to 297. This volatility, you got to respect it. Like you can't be playing no games. You got to get some precise entry points, because every dollar counts with how volatile they are. That one's even more volatile. I mean, imagine a Rgti moving up and down $34. That'd be insane. You would want to catch the side where it dumps. You wouldn't want to catch the side where it's all the way up $50, because you'd be buying the top and getting screwed. So that's how I want you to think about it. And this is just a rinse and repeat of last time, right? It's still trending to the downside and it just goes lower. Trending to the downside and it should go lower. Technically, the indicator, let me see. This is what I'm seeing. If we're looking at the technicals. Good old technicals. This is what's happening, which is a descending triangle. Descending triangle means we go lower and lower and lower until eventually buyers get overtaken by sellers. Sellers win, and there's so much selling pressure that buyers just can't keep it above 6, and it just drops lower. So that would be the ultimate, that would be what plays out. Oops, okay. So, and the market as a whole right now, if you haven't been paying attention, red, red, red. It's looking very toppy. Red, green, but barely. Bitcoin is red, I believe. Yeah, it's like barely holding on. So there's just a lot of stocks right now. Red, 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 red. Like the market right now looks ready to drop lower. In fact, I was telling people maybe shorting it tomorrow might be a good idea. Looking like a good short opportunity tomorrow. but I only go long, so I'm just gonna look for good companies at cheap prices. I want to buy Rgti, but I want it at 6 and under. I'm being greedy to the downside. I want to chase when it's at 6 and under, not up here at 8. Hell no at 16, and hell no at 21. I feel sorry for those people that are holding the bag, because that's gotta suck, right? Imagine holding the bag at 21. They better hope it comes back up for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they better hope. All right, that's it for the video. Gotta respect that volatility. That's why you gotta have precise entry points with these. You know, stocks that aren't that volatile, you can be a little more lenient on your buys. But this, that guy and my buddy there in the Discord, he bought at 10 and he's about to be down 50% real quick. Like, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, real quick. And you know he's gonna be kicking himself like, oh, I should have listened to him. That's why I have not given a buy signal for Rgti, because I'm like, there's no point. And you also want to be careful when earnings comes around, because you don't want to end up like APLD. APLD had some bad earnings, and yeah, it's down almost 30%. So with Rgti earnings coming up in the future, that's another thing to keep in mind. Rgti, if we look at the previous earnings, you can see here it had a nice big green candle. Let's just look at the history of earnings. Big. Oh no, is that a big? Yeah, that's a big green candle. Damn, this one likes to have some green on earnings. Wow, that's interesting. You seeing what I'm seeing? Almost every earnings that Rgti has had, it's been a green pump. Very interesting to note. I'm gonna write that down. Loves to pump on earnings. Buy in anticipation? Question mark. I'll have to look deeper into that. That's interesting. That E down there means earnings, just in case you were confused as to how does this guy know what dates are earnings. E means earnings, and the candle was green. So here, same thing. Candle was green. Even if it just gets a 20% pump, if we just, yeah. Oh, interesting. That's a red candle. Red, but then followed by green. Huh. Green. Big green. Red followed by more green. Interesting. Alright guys, I'm just analyzing how it likes to move on earnings. Might be a good opportunity to buy in anticipation of earnings. How did we move in anticipation of earnings? We were hit support and then we were moving into earnings. We were moving into earnings as well. Interesting. Okay, so earnings loves to pump more than it dumps. So a nice little, if you were to, I wouldn't say it's a coin flip. It's more like there's a 80% chance that on earnings it's gonna pump. So it would be a good trade to take if you want to take something that's 80%. That has an 80% chance of pumping and 20% chance of dumping on earnings. Because I just showed you that. Like this one loves to pump on earnings. I'm shocked. Because a lot of these AI stocks that I've seen on earnings, they kind of just drop lower. So, all right, guys, that's it for the video. Rgti stock. If the market's gonna come down lower, wait for 6. Thank me later. You really don't want to buy here and then be down 30 to 50%. Like that's just, you don't want to do that.